Hello everybody, I'm making this real quick Photoshop tutorial for my IT class, and more particularly this is a response to Ryan's question. So I'm just going to show a quick technique here. Here's a photo of me. Obviously I think I'm trying way too hard to look cool, and unfortunately it's a low res photo that I took in my room, and this is actually going to be like a clone stamp tutorial. It's pretty simple. I'm going to show you what the final product looks like first, and then I'll work my way up to how I did it. There we go. Um, you see that basically there's just no shadows here. Well, you see a little bit of shadow and some blurriness. We're gonna get rid of that in just a moment. But I want to show you how I did that exactly. So let's make that layer disappear. The first thing is that never really work on your background layer. You should always just make a copy, which I have over here. And this is exactly what we're examining at the moment. And the, just create a new layer. Just duplicate layer or Control J if you're using Windows. There we go. Let's undo that. Okay, so pretty quick, you want to go over here to this stamp icon, clone stamp tool. And now, before I can brush over this green paint on my wall and my shadow, I gotta click a source, and I use that using Alt, and then I click basically the source that I want to copy. So I'm choosing this area to blend in with this green paint, and look what happens when I click on it. Okay, and there we go. It's just stamping that palette that I just copied using Alt and click. So when you hit Alt, it does that crosshair symbol. You just click again, and it'll just copy that for you. And that's essentially what I'm going to use to get rid of my shadow here. And I've actually done this on other photos before too, and it works very well in high-res photos at that. And let me just give it a shadow real quick. And making this video very quickly, so I'm not gonna do any edits. I'm not gonna speed it up, unfortunately. Alt click. Now there is one problem using this. You see this crosshair on top of the circle is dragging down. You gotta be careful with that, because wherever the crosshair goes, it's going to mimic that as well. So and you see it's mimicking the logo on my hoodie. The crosshair basically is the source, and it's used in the circle of the brush. It's gonna paint whatever the crosshair is highlighting over. You don't want that. Let me just go back, Control Z. So what I do is I just keep clicking the source I want to use. So watch. I brush a little bit, go back, click, and then start over. Go back, click, and I just keep, pretty much I keep doing that until hold on, and give me just a moment. Now, one thing I failed to mention is that I actually use I used the brush with this blurry, with the blurry circle. So it's not exactly a slick brush. It's kind of sorry, I forgot what they were called. So you get a solid brush, and then a brush is kind of blurry. Sorry guys, I'm not really into making tutorials, but I figured I'd do this for class because it's just the best way for me to explain how I did this Photoshop. And just to rush it, I'm probably going to be just a little bit lazy, so you can see how it works. Whoops. There we go. Click here, let's get rid of this shadow. There we go. Click there. Click here. Get rid of the shadows between my legs. Okay. Being a little bit lazy now, but we can take care of that just using the erasing tool. Okay then, so let's go over here. Just oh, here we go. Eraser tool. I think 90 is a good size, and I'm just gonna erase the areas that was affected by the blur. And I'm sorry this is not a really good tutorial, it's just like a quick example of how to use the clone tool. And I'm going to try to clock it in at the 5-minute mark. Okay, and that's basically a good way to get rid of shadows and other things, anomalies on the walls when you're taking photos of friends and it gets in the way. You can use the clone tool to sort of cover that and blend in very well, so it doesn't really look like a bad Photoshop. And that's the original, and here we go, that's the original. Sort of a big difference. Hope you enjoy that.